खानदानी लुटेरों की कोशिश होगी बेकार। फिर एक बार मोदी सरकार।
As Israeli forces advanced farther into the southern city of Rafah on Sunday, the Palestinian population's evacuation from the southern Gaza city, civilians, last refugees, surged. This came amid the US called upon Israel to maintain resistance and avoid the incursion of Rafah in order to avoid an escalation of conflict in the Middle East. In Rafah, out of 1 million or more civilians seeking shelter there, about 3 lakh have left the city due to orders to evacuate issued by Israel, which asserts it must penetrate in order to destroy Hamas and free several hostages taken from Israel during the October 7 incident that ignited the conflict. Pertinently, Rafah is perceived to be Hamas's ultimate stronghold. In this regard, as Washington stepped up its efforts to stop an all-out Israeli offensive on the Gaza city of Rafah, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken rationalized the decision on Sunday, claiming Israel lacked a credible plan for shielding the 1.4 million civilians who sheltered there. Meanwhile, in a conversation with the Israeli counterpart, Zashi Henegbi, US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan underlined Washington's concern regarding an offensive. Last week, in response to a surge of attacks in the Gaza city of Rafah, President Joe Biden declared that the US would stop providing Israel with offensive armaments. Following the US threat from its strongest ally, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu had pledged that Israel would stand alone in its war against Hamas if necessary. In a video statement, Netanyahu said that if needed, the country will fight with the fingernails.
No decision by any international forum will stop Israel from defending itself. As the Prime Minister of Israel, the one and only Jewish state, I pledge here today from Jerusalem on this Holocaust Remembrance Day, if Israel is forced to stand alone, Israel will stand alone. But we know we're not alone, because countless decent people around the world.
Meanwhile, neighboring country Egypt voiced its strongest resistance to the Rafah incursion, declaring that it would formally join South Africa's lawsuit at the International Court of Justice against Israel's invasion of Rafah. South Africa is claiming Israel committed genocide in Gaza, an allegation that Israel denies.